DJC Game Studios. Well, welcome everyone to the special early Saturday, or what I like to call the afternoon delight edition of the Super Silly Saturday INTELLIVISION Sprint show. That's another tongue twister you might want to try in your mouth. With me is the man responsible for all this pun and fun. Wow, I can barely talk, and I haven't even cracked my beer yet. Ben from Play On. Ben, thank you for being here. It's an honor to talk to the man that is responsible for what we're playing.
Thanks, Chuck. Thanks a lot for everything you do. I'm just here tonight on a Saturday night to enjoy a little bit of time with you, to thank you for all the fun, the positivity, the information. Your shows make me laugh. I continue to watch them, and you're a great outlet for all that information with that really humorous twist that really pulls it all together. And I'd like to thank you very much for all the work you do, actually.
Well, thank you so much, and cheers to you. Have a beer with you finally.
Yeah.
Let me see who's in the chat. It seems like a few people have showed up here. Sogan Atari is in the house. What is going on? Let's go. INTELLIVISION Gamer, what a surprise. Thank you for being here. The man with the wrench and one of us. Ben is amazing. And he says, and so are you. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate you including me in that. And he also says, oh boy, a Sprint giveaway. I need a 10th console. Oh my God. You have some people have issues, and collecting is Casey's I guess it's his vice, I guess.
Surely he's got one for the toilet now. And he keeps on saying he's never going to get it.
You put a nice 75-inch TV in front of him. And then in the shower, one of those outdoor TVs that can be in the rain. Darth Swede, Casey's out of control. Somebody stop him. Yeah. Darth Swede says, still playing my sprints daily since December. Well, that is awesome. Bears fan Goomba in the house. Yo, one of us. Luke's Awakening. I've been holding out for Amazon to restock the sprints. Maybe soon. I have not seen them on Amazon yet.
En route.
There you go. If they don't get stopped by the Mantis, Bears fans think Casey should be DQ'd for any sprint giveaways. Give us non-sprint owners a fighting chance. I like that. Code Masur, hello from Georgia, USA. Well, hello from Detroit, Michigan. And from the UK.
Hi.
Let's see. When they changed. What is he saying? I was when my channel. I don't know what you said there, Casey. He says I'm ready to see Ben. Okay, that YouTuber DJC. Wow, I'm behind. This is before we even started here. This is for like 4:57. Casey says I'm going to the UK in 2026 for a family vacation. Can't wait. Maybe get to meet Ben. That would be cool.
I'm going to take him on a tour of London to see. I was going to say the Queen, then not the Queen anymore. The King. We will definitely hook up for real.
That would be awesome. Brian F in the house and one of us with all the emojis. I'm trying to get through here. Retro Creep in the house. What is going on? Hello to you, sir. Luke's Awakening says, hello from Detroit, Michigan. Let's see, and they are talking. We've got Crispy Vintage Gaming, one of us. Good afternoon. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. And Television Gamer still saying, I'm just here to win another sprint. Wow. Wow, Casey. Diamax Retro Gamer, brand new channel. And please, guys, Diamax Retro Gamer, please subscribe to him because he's starting off. He's doing a lot of Intellivision streams, doing some Turbo Graphics, which I love, PC Engine. One of my favorites next to Intellivision. So please give him a chance and make sure you give him a sub. Everybody's saying hello. I know this is an early one, but we're going to have fun. Like I like to say, hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and it is right now here. You're over at what, 9 o'clock, right, Ben?
Oh, past 9.
Past 9 now. God, I love beer. I love beer.
So sweet nectar.
It's sweet. Sound like the mantis when he says sweet nectar. Wow. PJ Smith, the man with the wrench, and one of us. Let's see, everybody's saying it. Chudley McMuffin says, I want the sprint. Give me the sprint. You will have a chance, sir. You will have a chance. Mark again in the house. He says 5-ish. There you go. There you go. Torque, the real brutal deluxe, and one of us. I feel like I can talk better with beer in me. I think it takes that beer to make the circuits connect. See you, Torque. Let's see. Master Trolda, what is going? It's happening. Konmang says it begins. Okay, now I'm definitely catching up here. We're gonna go through. I think I've seen everyone. Let's get silly. Yep, we are almost caught up here. Ha! I like this. Konmang says, "Play on, everyone."
Oh.
Talk about. See, I was right. I said puns, and it became the late early silly cast. I like this. PJ Smith says, King Ben, destroyer of all Mantis.
Wow.
Retro Creep says, hey, guys. Kumang says, from the other side of the pond, that's why this is early as it's late over there. Correct, sir. Magic One always saying, yo, mofo. Well, what is going on, Magic One? My Intellivision Gamer says, my wife won't let me. I believe he's trying to say my wife won't let me have one in the bathroom.
I think he's had a few drinks.
Yeah, he might. I figured like he's starting to type like I do. Almost midnight in Netherlands. I'm guessing that's Netherlands, NL. I have a shower TV. Do you really? I know they exist because I know outdoor TVs exist. Kids, boring people are asleep already. Good time to be awake. There you go. There you go, Soga. Oh, the Intellivision Gamer has withdrawn from the giveaway. Ooh. Wow, fancy man. Jerome in the house. What is going on? Hello to you, sir. Yeah, and never ask your wife up front. Yes, please hit the likes. Hit the likes. Like this one. It's going to be a fun one. I'm from Bears County myself, in Illinois. Screws up everything and sends them into. Oh, you guys are talking sports balls. Matador in the house here from Austria, Europe. What is going on? Cheers.
Cheers. The headquarters of Play On.
There you go. Jugland, what is going on? Says cheers to Ben.
Cheers.
Yes, Jerome says thanks very much, Ben. I love the sprint. Great job. Cheers. That is awesome, man.
Oh, it's only a very small cog in the machine. Come
Oh, here we go. This is a good
Yeah,
one.
let's do it.
Luke, here it comes. Luke, so wait, now these drops can be sometimes loud, so I apologize.
Yeah.
Add pizza for lunch, gonna have tacos for dinner. Oh my God. Thanks, StreamYard. I always love it when I click something and it doesn't do it. It's a pizza! But you did say that other word, and I was wondering what it was.
Did somebody say taco?
Always has to be someone, and then it puns of fun, give it up.
Is there mushroom for any more of those?
I think there is, if you have people that like mushroom.
Hello, everyone. Check out my mushroom.
I never expect a right to. Yeah, I know. I'm always late. Oh, my goodness. StreamYard's freaking out with my window. Of course, I expected that. And let's see if I can catch up here. Always fun, always professional. Oh, Casey goes, Casey, I know maybe I'll have hot dogs tomorrow. Well,
hot dog!
Retro Creep says, I needed to be in the giveaway. New guitar won over the Sprint. Yeah, I heard about that. Shame on me, folks. Well, there you go. Now you got a chance, sir. You got a chance. Slappy Marsden says, if you win the Sprint, the Mantis will just steal it. I believe that's that could happen. That is definitely going to happen. It's just a given at this point. You guys are talking. I wouldn't mind the Sprint, but I'm here for the fun. Well, there you go. There you go, sir. Did somebody make a Castlevania D-make for Intellivision already? Yes. There's one out there. It's hard to find. It was a very limited fan project. It's called Intellivania. I got it. I have a box edition of it. I would love to see a ROM float around out there eventually, but it's this right here. And I tell you what, it is a beautiful, beautiful looking game. Based off the 8-bit version of Castlevania, but which I never really got into too much, believe it or not, back then. So like, I think I got more into it after I played it on the Intellivision. Retro Creep says, no joke, I ordered a pizza for this. They couldn't find the house and went back to the shop. Oh, man. It's Dr. Janos Poha. Everything you're doing is bad. I want you to know this. Well, I mean...
If everything you're doing is bad, I want you to know this.
That's Dr. Janos. It's an honor to have you here, straight from, I guess, New York, the New York Museum. That's awesome.
Sounds a bit gloopy.
I'm here for the fun, but wouldn't mind this. But there's another one. Boy, everybody's just coming for fun. Well, that's good. That's good. It's Prince Vigo, the ruler of Carpathia and Moldavia. Obsidian Contraption, happy Saturday. I'm at the bottom of the chat. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you, guys. Yeah, I know I usually go later, but because of our friend, and I don't mind drinking early. Actually, that was probably why, because I just wanted to start drinking. But also because I wanted Ben to come on and have a good time and not get him into the wee hours of the morning to start drinking. So,
yeah.
So anyways, Ben, I got to ask, and I know we were talking a little bit off camera, or off, not live, but I wanted to know like what, and I'm sure a lot of people out there want to know is like, how did this project come apart? You know, you got Atari owning, buying the rights from Intellivision Entertainment to the games and the classic Intellivision. And how did it become the Intellivision Sprint?
Well, I was instantly interested in it when Atari bought the rights. Let me think. I think there was just general chit chat about it, and like, I think Atari were always going to do something. And then I don't know when it was, like March or something last year. I says the thing with these things, it's so fluid. You have a conversation with something and people say, yeah, okay, you have a conversation about something you really want and you don't get it. But with the Intellivision, it was like, I thought I was kind of trying to push to make something because I knew I could do it. And I grew a fondness for the machine's aesthetics, the way it looks. So I'm quite a person that likes the way things look and classic technology like that. And what with how the 2600 and the 7800 went, and we were busy doing, I think we were busy making the Pac-Man version at the time, and I just thought, I've got time.
Beautiful one. I got mine sealed. I want to get another one so I can take it out and actually play it.
It's a beauty.
I have a 78 Plus, which is you as well, right?
Yeah.
And that's a
beautiful
machine.
You didn't, when you played it on that stream, when you played Bentley Bears, you didn't turn the buttons the right way around. So that's why you didn't have a great experience with it. I was watching it getting really mad with you.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I'm going to have to learn because I don't play it as much and I don't know much about it. So maybe that's my problem.
Like, turn the buttons around and it will all make sense. Anyway.
Okay,
so,
well, that's a good idea. I got to remember that. Okay.
And there was a gap. I had a gap, and I quite pushed it. I just says, "Let's do this," because there's such a thing as momentum. You bought this IP, and like, don't let it fester for ages. And there is a gap, and what was happened with everything before, and it was like, take advantage because we can make something really cool, and we can just deliver.
Yeah.
What I think a lot of people wanted, and there was a lot of talk about the cartridges and all that, and I was like, I think we should just give 50 games away. And then when you're thinking about a machine or thinking about a product, you always look at anniversaries. It's like this in joke we have, like, is there an anniversary and is there a Guinness Book of World Records record about this product that we can somehow latch onto? And there was like, someone else says, it's the 45th anniversary. And then we have this big joke about ridiculous anniversaries. Like, if it was the 50th, it's like,
you're right. Yeah, but that's how people think.
47th anniversary. It's like, well, then maybe the 45th is okay. And I said, all right, what right, how am I going to tie it together?
Right.
Put 45 games on it. That's how loose the thinking was. And
they're great choices too, to be honest. They're really great choices.
Yeah, actually, I wasn't. I won't take credit for the game choices. They were mostly Atari from their catalog, and some. I'd say out of the 45, 40 were pretty much decided at the beginning. But I can remember having discussions about some games that they had to take out because they weren't sure whether they did own them and that. But we were also in with Stefan from BBG, who owned
Astro Smash, and
lovely guy, lovely, very knowledgeable.
Yeah, I've talked to him. I've had some interactions with him. Very nice guy. He those other versions.
He kind of curated it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was something where, was it Air Battle or Sea Battle or whatever it was, came in and out, and he was the one really with Atari that decided the games. I just needed to make them work.
Right.
Put it all together, make sure it works, make sure the UI works, make sure the console looks nice.
Yeah.
All the hardware and software and then I can lean on the talents from people like him and Atari to, provide the rest. And then, it was a really joyful project because it didn't really have many problems. I've got a great guy that can do the user interface and all the firmware, and that seemed to go pretty well. We've had a little tidy up with a few updates thereafter, but it's kind of like coming to a natural end. There's not much more we can do. We've got a really solid piece now.
Absolutely. I got the latest update, by the way. And it is obviously you can tell the games look better, they perform better. With that 60 frames now. It was originally 40 something frames.
Yeah, it was because it was how. What's the emulator? GNI.
JZIN TV was the emulator.
I can never get it right. I've been playing around with it for ages. It was something to do with the way that they scaled the original resolution up to a higher resolution, and they did it through the software. And Bruno, the guy that works for me to make all the user interfaces and all the software and the hardware, he said, I think there's a better way where we can use the actual hardware, what's inside the Sprint, to force a better way of doing it. And like he says, like it didn't take him very long at all anyway. And I can't believe it, Ben is banging out 60 frames a second consistently on even tricky games like the ones that we were tested. So I was really happy.
I was playing that. I could tell a lot in. I was playing at Electronite, which is another great company that's been both.
Oh, Electronite, they're amazing. You know how you tell with Electronite? You know when they've got their games that come, you know their logo on the boot screen that comes down.
Yep.
You know, if you've got early versions of the Sprint, it's a little bit tricky, but now it just goes.
Right, you're right about that. Yeah,
yeah. So you can tell.
I was playing a Tale of Dragons and Swords, and there's like a sprint, no pun intended, like a sprinting feature, and you can make the knight kind of run across the dungeon, and you could tell it's just like it's so clear, and the animation is clear. Where it used to kind of look like this, it's now just fluid like that, and. And a lot of those, when you play like an Electronite game, like AF is another one, the anthropomorphic force shooter, and you got the parallax scrolling, which is insane on an Intellivision, and you got all those kind of
impressive. It's so impressive, and I love that you've been getting the AF2.
Yeah, well, that's all
side scroller. He's going that way.
Yeah, it's amazing because the first one was sort of a Caverns of Mars, go down a like a shaft this way all the time, which I thought's awesome. And but Kai Magazine is the the makers of the programmers of that, and I believe I'm trying to remember the guy's name that's actually working on it, but I had a couple some talking with him. And William, of course, from Electronite, and so I've been such a fan. I've been playing it for years, and that one when they sent me that it's just the first 3 levels without it's just for control, just to check and it's beautiful. It is an absolute gem, and that's another one you look on this update and go, wow, that's pretty amazing, you know.
And that's what it needs. It's a very interesting topic, the homebrew scene on here, and kind of like the scene that you and everybody else, all the streamers are in. It's so tight. And I go from the example of the Atari, it's like, yeah, we're going to bang out some cartridges. It's funny because with the Intellivision, it haven't really got that. I know there's a plan to bring out a Sprint stick and that, but it's not. It's not the same. So I've been thinking about making a game.
Yeah.
And but it is more niche, so there's less in it. But I just get the feeling that the home they're so hot. All those people that bring out those games, and the games are of such high quality.
I love them. I absolutely love that because there's and I was talking about this we were on Retro Bliss channel the other day, myself and Casey and Mike's Gaming Gala. And we were talking about our 5 favorite homebrews, and there was a couple I put on my list, like Intellivision Collector over in Canada has a release called The Show Must Go On, and it's kind of an original concept of this gesture spinning plates for an audience, and you got to make the king's mood go up. Meanwhile, the gesture that got fired's throwing swords and fire, and at one point he puts a moose across to shake the plates, and I was like, wow, this could have, now that graphically, it's not insane. It looks like it would have came out in the mid to late 80s when the Intellivision was out. And you go look at that and go, but the fun factor, it doesn't matter. That is so much fun to play. It's one of my top 5s. But then you look at a thing like Anthropomorphic Force or TNT Cowboy and go,
yeah, wow.
This is an in-depth game with full story. Interconnecting stories, by the way, with all these Kai Magazine releases, and just beautiful graphics, and then you could save your game progress and come back, and who even thought that would be available on technology that debuted in '79. You know, like,
it's a little bit like the 7800, and like it was so. I know the Intellivision was more popular, but the 7800, 59 games, and it was so underserved with, like, it could have been just incredible with the power that it had. And you know what I like about the Intellivision? I like how it has this unique look, and it has those fonts, and it has that sound. And you're like, whenever I see anybody playing anything new, I just think, it just looks like Intellivision. And because of the way my mind works, I like that kind of thing, because you're like, that is an Intellivision game. But what these new guys do, they just give more detail. They just give, it's just so wonderful to see. And if it's just going to be a small part of it, it's so nice.
I got into, I was one of those guys that never gave up my, like, I had them. It was my dad loved video games, like early. He was the guy that took me to the arcade. He loved pinball, but he took me to the arcade. Then we'd play Pac-Man. He loved Pac-Man. And then my cousins around the corner that lived around the corner from us, of course, had an Atari, 2600, and so my uncle and aunt bought that. And my dad comes back one day, I think this was 80 or 81, and he goes, "I got us the Intellivision, and I had heard about it, but as a kid, I didn't know much. I was too young." And he goes, "This is it." He goes, "You're going to play it only when I'm here, because it's very expensive. It's $200 and some dollars, back then." Which that's it. And I remember, playing poker and blackjack. I didn't know that from anything, but it was on my television, and I could control it and make the guy either frown or get mad or happy. And I kind of learned how to play blackjack from that game,
How old were you when that was happening?
So I'm going to be 51 this year. So I would have probably been about 6 years old or something when
it's so good to be rolling out the blackjack and learning
right
video games for the first time on that, because people always saw it as more advanced than the 2600. It was a weird situation that the 2600 won, but I think, wasn't it basically down to price because of that high price of the Intellivision?
It was. I think so too. I think it was also that Atari pretty much was the market. Like, people knew Atari as video games. There wasn't really anything else. You had an Atari, So Mattel, being a big toy company,
like having a Nintendo.
And then Nintendo just blew the top off the whole industry with the Famicom or the Nintendo Entertainment System over here. And I think it all comes down to it must come down to just how it's presented to people, because going back to one of my other favorites, the PC Engine, or they bring it over here, and they didn't need to do anything. That was a beautiful system that played beautiful games that were really fun, that everybody loved, and it was a huge, huge success. They bring it over to the U.S. market. They go, "No, we got to make it bigger." Well, why would you make it bigger? Then we got to change the name. It's got to have turbo in it. And it's like, what? It was so confusing. I think PC Engine would have been fine, but it failed miserably over here. Now it's renowned as one of the best collectible systems and the greatest thing that ever existed. But that's because of retro collectors. But when it came out, it was shit on over here, so I think it's the way things are presented. And to be honest, if someone
marketing back then, marketing. But I don't think marketing has that power as much nowadays because of the internet and everything. But I think back then, when I started in my job at Play on Koch back then, 18 years ago, so social media wasn't big really then. It was still halfway between. It was there, but not at all. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I learned some lessons about how shit used to go down in video games back then. So I've got a great example of this. So, when you go into your supermarkets like Walmart and all them and all those places, in ours it's Asda and places like that. And you go to the store and it says video games chart, and it's got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, right to number 10. And it never really looked what you'd think it would be. And when I went to Koch. I was like talking about it, and like the guys were saying, yeah, all we need to do is pump a load of marketing money, and we'll be #1 in the ASDA chart. I was like, what? It's not based on sales. It's based on how much money you can pump in.
Isn't it crazy? Money just rules the world, no matter where.
It doesn't work anymore now. Since the internet, since YouTube, it's more. It's a better place because it's more on merit. You can't get away with smoke and mirrors so much anymore. Do you know?
Well,
what
people
I mean?
can read. People do their own research now, and at
you
least
play the game and you see it on YouTube in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, you could tell. You could tell. You could be like, "That's for me," or "That's not for me." And it's. I always said if someone, and I understand it's also down to timing because you could think of people at Atari and Mattel. ET, great example. We need an ET game. It's the hottest thing right now. Well, how much time you have by the end of the month? No, you can't do a quality game like that. At least give them 4 months, 5 months. Like it's. And it was always
must have been wild that when they were doing it back then. It was because the money was insanely massive, wasn't it? Because video games never appeared. They were a brand new medium. The stuff they must have gone through, it must have been insane. I mean, I've read those books about Atari early days, and yeah, it's pretty.
And it was all those guys partying and drinking and smoking and just having a blast.
Hey, it is not like that now.
No. Oh, God, no, it's not.
An old corporate. But I don't know.
But it could have been. I look at a game like I go back to those Electronite games because to me those are the most insane ones out there. That you look at an Electronite game and go, if this came out in the heyday of Intellivision, they would have just went on and to be the next Nintendo or the next, they would have still been around as the same company today, and that's why a lot of those retro companies just fell off. And I think if you put as much love and energy into something, it really shows it off. But current Atari, I got to give my hats off right now to current Atari is amazing and what they're doing for the 2600, the 7800, the 400, everything they've been putting out. They market it to the people that absolutely love and play and cherish these games. And now with you coming aboard with the Sprint, you are doing the same thing. And we're all thankful for that. We are really thankful.
Well, listen, I'll have a little bit of self-brag here. I've just won 2 awards for Tiger Heli on the 7800, which me and Bruno made.
I've got to get a copy of that. I saw that.
If that game came out back then, in the quality it was, right. And and other games came out of that quality, it could have changed the nature of the business. When it's funny, we always talk about the 7800 because we're making games, trying to make games all the time for it now. And like I will be in meetings, and I will be, we will retrospectively win the NES 7800 war.
Yes, there you go, dude. That's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is. That's available right now on what is it, Atari.com, right?
And and all major stockists.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah. No, that's so. Howard, you could pick that up if that sounds badass. Tiger Heli on 7800. It is available.
Winning, brother.
What is? Oh, there it goes. Back then, the memory and ROM costs were. Cost was a lot to do with it. But to be honest, I'm sure I'd spend, or my dad would have, or the people back then would have spent an extra $15 to $20 on a game if it looked like these crazy games look now. I don't think I think when you're invested in and bought the system, I mean, who wouldn't pick that up? I used to do that stuff with the NES. They'd have $19.99 games, but they also had the $60 games or $50 games. I would do that. You could pick up Castlevania, or you could pick up, and I love this game, which was Robo Warrior here, which I think was Bomber King everywhere else. One of my favorite games ever on the Nintendo. But I paid $19.99 for it because it wasn't a popular title like a Castlevania or a Super Mario that they were spending over $50 on. So I still think that costs could have been adjusted for better games, but it was all how it was represented and the timing frame and And then you get that greed, like you said back then. It was, oh, we're making so much money. This is the new thing. Just hammer them out. And that's what kind of caused everything to kind of stop until, Famicom came across the pond and was like, oh, let's make ours like a toy.
Yeah, it's funny. When you talk about the games crash, it's a US thing.
Yeah.
It never really happened in Europe and Japan. I think that it was a really interesting time for me because I grew up through it. But we had a lot of home computers. Like you went to the Spectrum and the C64 and that, and it kind of carried on through there. But they were very value-driven propositions. So games on tape, and you could go to the local newsagents, the corner shop or the 7-Eleven, what you'd call it.
Yeah.
And you could pick up games for, in your money, $2 or $3. And that's how it because I always hear about the crash, but I think it was more of a US-centric thing. Because we, for some reason, had a period of very heavy home computing. And it was really interesting. And then consoles did come back in a little bit with the NES, but more Super Nintendo and Sega Mega Drive as well.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, those were huge. And but I wish, I going not to just sound like a broken record on PC Engine, but that is a wonderful console. That is like, I love that just as much as Intellivision. And I just can't believe the marketing back then, what they did to it to bring it over here when it just kept going. It was blowing sales away from Famicom over there when over, and then it comes over here. And by the time
don't change the recipe.
It was like, I'm so like, you want to go back in time and correct that or be around,
you remember playing R-Type on that thing?
Oh my God.
Come on.
My favorite.
And the joypad, the joypad was so good with that machine.
It was like a better. Well, it was like an NES controller with turbo switches, and that's the way I can explain it.
Yeah, and it was. I don't think it really ever got an official release in Europe. It was a bit grey, but I was so deep into it. I was down local game stores and buying it, and I had one. Well, either I had one. Well, my friend had one on import, and it was games like R-Type we used to play, and was the guy with the big head, Bonk.
Yes, Zonk. I liked the Air Zonk, the shooter. That was the cyborg shooter. He was like the cousin of Bonk or the futuristic. That to me is like the most perfect shooter on that system. The art style is amazing. It was like playing a pixelated cartoon. Those early 16 bits. Oh my God. Yeah, your R-Types, your Super Star Soldiers, Final Soldier.
Love Star Soldier games.
Oh my God. Speaking of that, I not speaking of Star Soldier, I guess that was a terrible way to show this, but I don't know if you saw, but recently, a few weeks ago, when the new sprints were announced that they were coming back in stock, we had gotten footage of a new worker over at the loading docks, and this is kind of how it went down for anyone that did not see it.
So let me get this straight. You're the new delivery driver to take all these new sprints to all the fans?
Oh, yeah, that's me. Yes.
You new?
I am.
Just sign here, then. I think everything will be all right.
Much obliged.
What are you looking at? What's so funny?
Wait, oh my God, what is this? What is going on?
Television notice. Give it up.
What? He's eating Ben's Sprint. What is happening? Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe. Oh my goodness, we go to a clip, and next thing you know, I don't even know what is. Oh my God, I've never had a mantis eat a guest live on one of our shows here on this silly Saturday, Super Saturday, whatever we call it, Sprint show. And now we're left with
hot dog!
Oh, it's the hot dog guy! Oh my goodness! Hot dog and wow! Oh wow! He's doing a dance just like the Burger Time. It's a hot dog all the way. Oh my God. The characters have invaded Ben's home, and I don't know if I can stop it. I don't know what's happening. I think Ben was kidnapped by either a hot dog, a mantis. I don't understand. Ben, oh my God, are you okay?
I just got a beer. So
You just got a beard. There was a mantis here.
don't be
And
stupid.
He took your INTELLIVISION Sprint.
Oh shit. Where's
Yeah.
my string gone?
And then a hot dog came in and he did a dance like Burger
No,
Time.
he didn't, Chuck.
Maybe what is in this stuff? Oldest
where is it?
brewery, my ass. There must be something in
Where
this.
the Sprint is. With.
Well, anyways, we also got some footage of this mantis. I'm kind of scared to go to it. This mantis that is working apparently in the warehouse now. He's infiltrated.
They'll never figure out that I'm working for them. Right under their nose. Oh, you're mine. Mwah, mwah. Every Sprint will be mine. They will never get out to the new customers.
Wow. It's chilling. It really is. Bear
I don't know what's going off, Chuck. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it was just.
I'd have to check the security cameras.
Yeah. A television gamer has a theory. He says Ben from PlayOn is the mantis.
Bum bum ba.
And Tofu just says, as long as the mantis does not eat Ben, I guess we'll be okay.
I'll take the mantis, no problem.
Master Trolda says, how did the mantis get to England?
It's got wings.
Yeah, that is true. PJ says, no, not Ben. Ben, thoughts and prayers, says Luke's awake.
R.I.P.
He also says he doesn't trust the delivery driver. Wow. Let's see. Let me catch up here. He says he's a quick changer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Judd Ladd says, you guys are ridiculous.
But this is the thing, Chuck. Yeah. You need to put a bit of humor into this. And this is why I'm here with you, buddy. Because, man, it's so serious, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love video games. And we've been there. You're not that much older than me, a few years older. But we've been there from the beginning. And it's like,
yeah.
I know it's important and we have to do things right. But to give a bit of humor and, like, as far as I've been seeing, it's always positive. It's always informative. You know, and it's just, it's a very nice community that you guys have built up, and it's something that I really like to. That's the word. Not thank you for, but you kind of like commend you for, because it's like, wow, this is a really cool thing, and great things come out of it. Like you're talking about Electronite and that, and then making games, and then giving you AF2. They're giving you those things because of the way that you are and the way that you act, and it's like, wow, that is what we need, more and more of that.
You can't. I mean, it's literally the term fun and games. Like it's either fun and games or work, or fun and games and complaining. You know, you don't want to complain, you don't want to work, you want to have fun, you want to play games. That's all it is. You know, and it's you can't have one without the other. You can be sour about something and complain about something, or even be mad at a person or a company. And it's really not going to go anywhere. And, you know, yeah, you can have the little echo chambers and it can only last so long, but if you think of the same, if you put a positive spin on everything and try to just have fun of it or laugh and go, well, you know, that's that. And that's, I just like to have fun and just share my experience.
Just playing video games.
What's
I mean,
that?
the thing is, you say that, but it's funny, I always reflect on like the depths of the internet and where I have to go to read people absolutely slating me. But it's funny. It's like, I think, oh yeah, well that's actually quite a good point. I have to write that one down and get it.
Yeah, well, yeah. You also want feedback.
It can be very demoralizing and very because as a creative person, and lots of people are saying the same about me, and it's like we just want to. What I want to get across is that the biggest thing of me, I have a great job in that, but you know what makes me the happiest is, I know it might sound trite, but just to give people joy. You know, when people talk so warmly of the Intellivision, you know, all you guys on streams and that, and it was a genuine, like, you just seem to love it, and you seem to love the games, and the games were all playable in HDMI. That's the most satisfying part of my job. And I just want it to continue for as long as possible. And again, I'd just like to extend my thanks to you for it, because I say it sometimes to people that DM me. Often I get people that direct message me, and they, you know, out of nowhere, they've just plucked up the kind of courage to DM me, and they'll just like say something really nice. And like, I can be hammered, not just online, but at work. You know what works like, Ben, you ain't done this, you haven't hit this target, you haven't this, and then all of a sudden you get, but I really enjoyed playing this machine or this game that you made, and thanks a lot. And I'm like, and I always write back, dude, you don't know how important the odd message like that is. It really
positivity.
Yeah, positivity is so,
and the love that can kind of squash everything else that goes, man, that person really said some mean, hateful shit, or really, you know, like it really made you just go, wow. And a kind comment does really go a long way, and an appreciated commented, you know.
And also anything negativity, a lot of the time I'll just go, it bothers me for today, but for tomorrow,
right.
What's important is to deliver the next product, to deliver the next game. And just again to try and spread that joy. And I think it's been a great start with the Intellivision.
I love it. And
I don't think we can bring out any games, though. This is the thing. We can bring out some games. I think it has to be left to the homebrew scene as much.
Yeah.
Maybe Atari will do some stuff, and maybe I might. You know,
there's still
about doing a few bits, but it's about.
Oh, I'd love to see that. I would definitely love to see that and purchase that. What I love is, you got like obviously Electronite. I think a lot of that's already been kind of discussed, that we know that there's probably going to be some of their stuff coming out for that. And but there's, you know, you got there's a few big ones that have been putting out stuff. You got the Intellivision Revolution, Intellivision Collector, Electronite,
amazing stuff.
And they've been really, they've been keeping this community alive. And then there is, and once again, I don't want to be a guy that's negative to any certain company. There is a couple that kind of put stuff out, and it might be maybe not up to par as many, but you know, they just do it with love, and it might look very simple or very like, this is my first game I ever programmed. Do I really play those? I'm probably not going to play stuff like that, but God bless them for doing that anyways. But when you see these, where am I trying to go with this? What I'm trying to say is you see the people in the community that really have like such a passion, and they're not making a fortune off this, but they're doing it from their view of games and their joy of games and how happy they were growing up playing these games. And now I always get pretty stoked when you see a 20-some-year-old, going, wow, these are freaking awesome. They should do these on the Switch, or they should do these on, you know, because you see them playing all these indie pixel games, and I go, oh my God, do they know about the homebrew scene on Atari? Do they know the homebrew scene on Intellivision? Like the games they're playing are in absolute inspired from this era. So the fact that Atari has been very nice to you guys and treating this like you know, let's not sweep this under the rug, like you said, IP, and hold on to it until something might hit. You know, strike it while the iron's hot. Put out something that people want to see, and I think Atari has been doing it right with the retro stuff they've been doing. The classic,
very much so.
The classic stuff, because I see it constantly. I see it all in advertisements. I can go on Facebook. I see the Pac-Man and all that stuff still being advertised. I see the Sprint being advertised along with it now, so that's pretty awesome too. But the stuff sold out. And I don't know how many they made of the Sprint, but that sold out quick.
I mean, it's a bit. I can never I would say to you that I put down a reasonably adequate number of it was in the containers worth, so it wasn't little. It was pretty okay. Pretty. If you think about the 2600 and you think about the Intellivision, it's kind of like, well, that was that much, that was this much, so that should be about that for the Intellivision. But the Intellivision just took the Intellivision, especially in the US, just as you saw, just sold out. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is insane. I love this. But you kind of kick yourself because you're like, bam, we're going to miss the momentum here because it takes me 4 months to remanufacture stuff. And like, it is a long time. And so you're happy that it was a sellout, but you're also kicking yourself. We could have sold X amount more.
Oh, especially holidays. When did it stop? I can't remember. Did it stop selling after the holidays or before?
It was pretty much at launch. It was pretty much sold out. Wow. I can remember people at Atari and Play On asking me for more straight away, and especially in the US. And I was like, you know how long this takes? Not a simple task, but the second delivery to the US was pretty big, and I'm expecting it to last, I don't know, but it should be in stock at Amazon and Atari for many months, really. And I don't know what will happen after that. It's a strange one, because then it just becomes something that just ticks over. Yeah. And it's funny because although that's interesting to me, it's not that interesting to me. What's interesting to me is what is next. You know, I know we've got to bring out some packs.
So I kept one sealed. I have a couple opened, and obviously I have one out in my main arcade area. I got one here, but I got this one listed. This is the original console from 2025, the original release. And then I want to get another one of the 2026 release, and I'll mark that and set it on my shelf. But I'm going to get 2 more because I want one that I can bring to people's houses. I want one more for upstairs, and I have little covered outdoor area that I usually have a TV playing, and I want one out there because we do the horse racing and a bunch of those
videos. I love those videos.
It's so much. I take camping. I used to take my classic console, and let me tell you, folks, the Sprint does not take as much power as that old console. You could put a little battery pack and run a little flat screen. Hours for the Sprint. For the original 79 console, if I got 45 minutes to run off that battery pack with that big old transformer in there. So it's really, and we did that. I did that for years because that's how much of a crazy Intellivision fan I am. But I never stopped.
Horse racing now you can see in the correct colors.
Yes, you can change.
I'm not going to get abused, but it was just like, you imagine when you were watching these videos like me, because I watch everyone and I read basically every forum. And so you imagine what that's like for me. And I'll be like, if somebody else mentions this freaking pink screen on horse racing, and I was just like, I was ranting to the developer. If this screen is not mauve purple instead of pink, I'm going to lose it, brother.
It's the let me see if I could find the this was another one you could tell. Let me just pull up was it bowling? And then I know you got to be going soon, so we'll do that giveaway, whoever's watching.
I'm fine, brother. Let's keep rolling.
All right. I'm pulling up the original menu, the bowling. It's because we were on the bowling league over on Papa Pete's channel, and I saw a couple people, and I go, "Hey, I kept going, your background's still pink on your bowling. Did you do the new update?"
Do you know how angry I get when I see stuff like that? I take my slipper off and I throw it at the TV. Well, you shut. But then it was my fault. So who am I going to blame?
So for anyone that's looking, when they do their update and they see the color green, this should not be the neon like bright green. This should be this green. This is the first button press on your palette when you got the new update. It says palette options. You hit it, you hear it go bloop. You turn on one of these Mattel Electronics screens, and it shows the deep green. Now you go into here. It should be. This is always the same. It's always been gray. But Oh my God, what did I pick? 4 players. So this right here, you got that purple, lilac, whatever you want to call that. If this is bright pink, you didn't do your update. This should be this color right here, purple bowler for some reason. That's on Mattel. Not don't blame us for that. But this is it's just an easy way to tell the palette. And then of course the horses, once again, the blue horse was always this color, was always that lilac color.
Yeah.
So but I believe now there's so many options to the palette, you could probably change it to blue, lilac.
Oh man,
pink,
the community have just taken it all off. They're all doing their own things with this.
They're doing like custom ones now where you can customize the game. I can't even get into that. I'm fine with this.
But listen, the thing is with it is like, when you play it now, are there many things that you think, oh, this needs to be fixed? Because I don't feel that too much.
No, I think like you were even saying, like it's almost like it's got to come to like a standstill. There's no, I mean, you could always enhance things, like anybody wants that, but you got the music. I got to figure out how to add some of my Intellivision tunes that I made a few years back. I got to do them to the format, but yeah. So look at this. I'm doing these custom screens. Yeah, you got Aardvark there with me with the long tongue. I still have not got into customizing the JSON files. I will eventually learn and get into that, but
just get somebody to do it for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that offer a lot of ways to do it.
Hey, what about that guy that made the Sprint Game Manager?
That I tell you what, I have not used that, which is crazy. I went through individually and did all these just from online box art, or like on, I think, I don't remember. No, this was one that came. There's a couple here I made myself. Like, well, I'll show you the ones you could tell on a couple of them. Like this one. This one's the original Donkey Kong where he was green, so I just called it Green Ape Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I like the DK games when you play them.
These ones, and unfortunately, the guy that made these passed away. But this is this is Carl Mueller Jr.'s so he did the original DK arcade, which was just plays, looks. It just shows what could have been done back in the day when both Atari and Intellivision were handed by Coleco, and I don't know what the whole story was, but it looked way better on the ColecoVision for some reason.
Oh, there's a bit of scandal there, isn't there?
Yeah, I would say. Say. But yeah, I got handed the one that he was green. He literally looked like Swamp Thing with 2 black eyes, and that was and then Mario was in a lilac suit with a mint green hammer. Nothing made sense. But yeah, so he did this, and then he did extra like crazy, like all new levels with D2K. And then we'll just say these are inspired by Donkey Kong. And then he had D2K right before he passed away. He did this special edition where everything's all these little tiny platforms and weights, and you got to kind of figure out how to clear the board. And yeah, I just picked up this one, which was Deep Zone. The programmer is selling Deep Zone, and he did a version of Time Pilot. But there's so much stuff now. There's just, it's unbelievable. Let me just play something really quick to show how great this update of this new 60 frames per second. And I believe this is available at Atari Age, and you posted it. It's under Ben from Play On, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. We'll get it on Atari. So the thing is,
if you guys want the update now, go to AtariAge.com. Look up Ben from Play On, and he has the post where it's the most current update.
The problem is, Chuck, is like every time I post something, like there's somebody will ask for something else or something, and like I can't not help but to make these people happy with this. So I just continue to make little tiny revisions to this thing.
Right.
We're still on this 1.2. I put some black borders on recently and that, and we're just getting to it. We need to finish it, get it live, put it on Atari, and then kind of like put a hold on it.
So this is with the update. Look at the 60 frames. To see that sprite is so smooth the way it moves. The backgrounds are so I mean, it's a beautiful. This is a beautiful looking game in general. But
did you notice any change with the the disc situation?
Yeah, so I will say both of them. Right now, I'm using. Let me use the new one actually. So I go back and forth with the old and the new build, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
I like them both. There's certain, I would say if you're looking for a game like a Ms. Pack, where you're going fast, turning corners, the new sprints that are coming out now, that build puts up with the thumb abuse, like in the sharp turns. But I'm playing this with the original Sprint controller, which I've never really, everybody can, and I'm a gamer. I'll bitch and complain and say that didn't do that. But to be honest, it's just if you're having a good game, if you're in the zone. But this is obviously very well played with this controller. Now, let me switch. I will switch to the other one here. Let me sync my other one now.
I mean, this game's incredible to be on the Intellivision, isn't it? The way that it
is. Just unbelievable, yeah. Hold on. There we go. Now I'm using my new custom DJC Game Studios controller. Hold on, let me get back in here. I'm not looking at there we go.
Didn't help you.
Yeah, no. But it is like I can tell it's a little more, if I can even say it, like a reinforced build, right?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna take a pound and I think, but to be honest, I don't think either controller is bad.
Nah.
I guess that's hard to. But I did notice the only time on the originals I seemed to notice much was like a fast speed maze game.
Pac-Man.
The new one.
Yeah.
But like you can see this works just as well. And this is the new and improved. But that's what's awesome. When you guys, see or hear something and you improve it. And it's,
Oh, I tried to do it straight away, brother.
But yeah, look at this. Like this is a beautiful controller, and it works perfect. And like I said, I could play through this on the other one too. But you just kind of adjust, and it's just like and I'll tell you this: back in the day when you had say you ordered a controller, or you bought a controller, I should say, from Sega. Maybe you picked up a 6-button, or you picked up an original, or you picked up a third party. You almost adjust and learn how each of those controllers feel and react. And that's all this is. It's not what's better. It's on they react differently, and what are you more comfortable in holding,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with it all, Chuck, is like, if you look at the facts, it's like it's been a very successful launch for the machine. I think the key question is, for me, and considering what I said earlier about the games and how good all the third party, what they call home. I don't like the term homebrew, but I guess that's the word homebrew is.
At this point, I guess it's just new games, right? Third party new games.
I can't do it. I don't think I can do it. I think Atari can probably bring around a few, bring out some of their old ones. But if you think about it, what games do you see people like you, Papa P, and then Corey play? And
Corey,
it's new games. It's new games.
Yeah, it is true.
So that market is going to be served by the home brewers that we've just talked about. But then the question is, a level that I'm at with the hardware. It's like, well, what are you going to do, Ben? And it's like, just keep on chunking out some sprints every few months. Fine, it'll go for years. But it's not exciting for me. And I was thinking, I'm just starting to free up with a bit of time. So we've, you know when you got that special 2-pack with the 2 controllers in it.
Yeah, I got
that. We're making that pack available. Yeah.
Ooh.
We're making that pack. Oh, come on. I chose that shade of green.
This is what I opened up. This was my special pack right here.
Oh, I've got a fact about that. Do you know that there was nowhere, and I didn't want to ask you, where your logo was in like a decent resolution? So I had to get a graphic designer to redesign your very logo in vector format so it could be laser printed, or however they did it on that, because I just got it off off YouTube.
Yeah, I know it's if you just Google search me, there's many places with my logo, but I don't know a lot of it's a lot of my old music logos, but nothing's gonna be high res at that point because it's from like the early 2000s or something like that. I didn't even think about that. That's true.
We're making this double pack of the same as what you've got, but in more easier to dispatch packaging.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a bit of a problem with that because, of course, it works fine using that dongle, and works fine just using it as connecting it to the Sprint via the button on the back. But you see that it had that USB dongle for PC.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah, and I haven't.
The thing is that with yours, and I think with the first few batches that we had made, when it was being tested, it was like, yeah, it's cool, Ben, but it only does 8-way direction. And I was like, well, I'm not bringing something out with a freaking 8-way direction on PC. That's crap. Right. Because when people we're not that interested in emulation players on PC, but we are interested. I think there's a level of, come on, you got to do things right.
It's not going to be the original. Yeah, you got to have those directions for those, especially like bowling and all those ones where you have to really fine tune into stuff.
We have to do it. So a couple of weeks ago, I did get a new dongle that's apparently got this. I haven't had time to test it. Get the 16, nice. But we're going to release these packs. I mean, I think they'll be in the INTELLIVISION brown.
Very cool.
Interesting to see other colors, like the Sears version, and like there was a black version.
Yeah, the INTELLIVISION 3 was the black with the silver disc. Yeah,
quite nice. But the INTELLIVISION 3 was just the same machine, right? It wasn't anything different.
Same as the 2609. The electronics probably a little more improved. It had an LED light. But other than that, I think I have never opened one up, but I'm guessing it's the same.
Quite nice color scheme. I think the thing is, I mean, although it's not the most exciting thing to do, you can bring out different color schemes, which would be mildly interesting for people.
Yeah.
And then you can look at other machines. I'm very partial to a Sears Telegames.
Oh, yes.
I
love it. And we were just talking about that. I had pulled out once again a very old Sears Telegames controller, and the newest one.
Very close.
This is very yellow. I can tell that, but this is almost. I mean, look, the build is exact. I mean, the only difference you're going to tell that it obviously because there's not a big phone cord hanging out of it, but at the same time, just the indentation. Because of the wireless, stuff that's in here. But other than that, this isn't like an exact replica and probably the closest to that Sears white you're going to get.
I mean, you remember the 80s and 90s where people used to smoke a lot of cigarettes in the house on white consoles.
I'm sure. Yes. Yeah. That's what is that?
Yeah, so maybe those types of things would be interesting to me, but like we just have to see what goes on. I think there was some interesting things. There was some kind of an INTELLIVISION follow-up. It looked like a VCR. It was some kind of advanced thing, but I don't think it ever came out, and it's just interesting on that. But I think the basics of it is. Yeah. The scene will just go on through the great homebrewers and great content that people like you made, and anything that I can do, and then with Atari's help and support and guidance that will bring it through. Some machines, some extra packs. The one thing we're a bit stuck on, interestingly, is getting original controllers to work on the Sprint, because I thought it'd be pretty easy, or Sprint controllers to work on original machines, sorry. But that's actually quite tricky.
That would be crazy, right?
Yeah, it was a bit of an oversight of mine, because
I'm wondering, so that would have to be something you'd have to like open the machine, plug like into where the ribbon cable would go, something that would do the
it was all about it was that, but more people would want it for the INTELLIVISION 2 because that was detachable. So
the Sears and the 2, yeah, those were the DB9. Because I know our good friend OG Hugo, and he had just sent me one right here to use old controllers on the Sprint USB connector.
Yeah.
So that one I still need to click. By the way, William from Electronite Carbonated Lithium says, greetings from Electronite World Headquarters in Thailand, 5 a.m. local time. Well, sir, thank you for being here.
Yeah, she's all right to be in it. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the thing was, because the 2600 and the 7800, I made dongles and everything just worked. It was like, this controller works for the modern ones and the old ones. And then I just assumed that it would be the same for the INTELLIVISION. But nah, the INTELLIVISION actually doesn't have power to the DB9 socket, so it didn't work the same. So it's a little bit of a mistake on my behalf. Although apparently the great people on Atari Age tell me, oh, you can do it from the cartridge port. And I was like, wow, this is a task. But I mean, I don't see too many of people like yourself playing. When was the last time you hooked up the original INTELLIVISION on the screen?
So it's funny you asked that. It's basically to play the cartridges that are not in ROM format yet. So there is a lot of the ones that were fan projects that are not, or unlicensed projects that came out in like batches of 50, or 100 or maybe more, who knows. And then some that were like just never released, which recently one of those was Deep Zone, which I literally was playing. Now there's games by Opcode, like was it Xerion, Naughty Boy, and Goonies. I was like, I got to play Naughty Boy, and they still just won't sell the ROMs, but they still have, and they have beautiful packaging, but I have it. Now I want to play it on my Sprint. I don't want to, I want 60 frames a second and HDMI and wireless. So
I can make a Sprint cartridge edition.
That would be,
but the problem is with it is that it is basically would just play the original games. Now, so what's the point?
Right. That's more or less if a third party wants to do an add-on, that would be probably more.
They're already doing it on Atari Age, but if you were to bring a cartridge version out, you would need to ensure that all those games, those homebrew cartridges played. And yeah. I have heard a theory of how it could be done, but it would need liaison with those people and I just don't know whether it can be. So that's a bit of a sticking point, because I actually, as I've been intimating during this stream, it's like, it's about product. What's the next product? And then people say, you need to bring out a cartridge version. And I say, well, I need to bring out a cartridge version that plays only the original games and can't bring the new ones out, which everybody wants to play the new games. I know some, but do you know what I mean? Half of the people want to play the old games, but more people want to play the old ones.
You're going to get a lot of the dads that are raising their kids go, oh son, we're getting this because pull this box out of the attic. Let's plug in Burger Time. Let's plug in Bump and Jump. And dad used to play this. I just see the parents that are just, they never followed retro gaming, or they don't have a channel, or they're not in the scene. I guess they're more or less just people that were buyers of INTELLIVISION. They have great memories of it, they don't even know homebrew scene exists. They're just going to plug in. So that would be the only audience for that. And I even came out just when the Sprint was really originally announced, I went, wow, no cartridge port. But then I thought, we play with ROMs on LTO flash carts. What's the difference? Like I never like pulling stuff out of the box. I'm a collector. I want it for my shelf. So if a physical comes out, 1,000% I'll buy it. But the Sprint is genius in the way that I can take these were great. I love these things on Etsy that they've been coming up with. This was
oh yeah, somebody was quick off the mark with that one, weren't they?
This was one of the first ones. It's real wood, polished and stained and clear coated with a logo that says INTELLIVISION ROMs. I thought it said Sprint. INTELLIVISION ROMs. And it was just a basic flash drive. Yeah, they were $8. They were $8.
I think it's USB too.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and you just pop it into the USB, and there you go. I got my some of the originals on this one that weren't included, and then I got all my homebrews around the other one with the crazy custom artwork, and then I got a hub, a USB hub. I could plug them all into the USB and just switch between them, and I've
seen it.
The machine is genius for that. And I think it probably took me a week after hearing the announcement to go, why am I asking why this doesn't have a cartridge? Because that was one of my first videos. I was like, I don't want to. If it had a cartridge port, you'd be very limited on what you could do.
Yeah.
And with this USB,
that was probably the main issue.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, you're just going to freaking disappoint half the people because they want to play all the. You know what I always say about. Make sure, Ben, that you make the enthusiasts and everybody at the top as happy as they possibly can be. It's like, well, you're going to try and release something that does half of the job. And then it's a lot more expensive. We didn't really know where to start to even do it technologically. It was so convenient to make a plug and play machine. And like I say, get that machine out within, it was not long after a year since Atari had got the Activision, Intellivision rights. So it was kind of like there's always timing in these things. And it's like, well, if you want I said it in meetings as well, if we want to put a cartridge on it, it's going to take me probably at least 6 months longer. And then we won't get the full 25 release. And, releasing a machine in Q4 of every year for Christmas is vital.
The video games, like my Christmases during that era were video games. It had some toys, but nothing beats under the tree having that. Like
that guy that got that N64. That's what reminds me.
Oh, but when he's freaking out on it. That's such a great video too. But just because you're always looking for the shape, whether it was Intellivision or Atari or like you said, the N64 with the rectangle. Like when you see that box and you're like, oh, that's nothing else matters but opening those games once you get there. God, that's a great memory. You're so right about that. Especially so to have like this Christmas, it was the Sprint. I have a couple friends here that locally that a couple of them, one of them was my neighbor and her boyfriend that I've known forever. And we used to go, and I've said this, the channel members know, we used to go into my garage of the house I grew up in. And this was in the the mid 2000s. I hung a projector. I'm sorry. I hung drywall and painted it and had this projector and I plugged an Intellivision in and we would play bowling and we'd drink and get pretty drunk and yell at the screen. We'd play 4-player bowling and have a league and a counter and every weekend we come in there and play bowling for hours and do like all these brackets but it was
you never forget that shit.
So this Christmas, they come over, them and another couple I know, and I have a special gift for you guys. You got to open this right now. And they saw it was a Sprint and they loved it. And it was just like, it was so awesome to gift. Cause the last time I gifted a few of my friends, it was the Intellivision Flashback. And what was that? 2000. God, I don't even remember. Was it 2005, 2010? So I don't even remember when.
20 years ago, bro. 20 years ago.
God, unbelievable. But yeah, so it was that really made a Christmas. It made the holidays so much fun. And even
I think I read some bits or heard you speak about it, and I was like, it goes back to what I was saying at the very beginning about as trite as it may sound, giving anything that I can do, it would be a small part of that gives people joy. And that gives because nostalgia is a funny thing, like what you talk about. You know, you remember, and just if you can recreate it for people for a few seconds, it's like
it's worth it.
My job is done.
Yes, right.
So, what do you think? What are we going to bring out? What do you want to bring out? What should we bring out?
I think we were
going to more controllers.
So yeah, the controllers were something. Both as a collector, because I'm just going to have a wall of them. Because I don't know if you watched what I was playing on my original controllers. I went through 3 sets of them. I destroyed them from playing them too much. So I just was like, well, I haven't broke any yet by playing or worn any out, but that's going to happen one day. So I want packs of controllers.
Purple. You did a survey.
Ooh, that would not be a bad idea.
Purple, white. You did some kind of a
yeah,
survey,
I think we did. We can actually do one. Hold on, let me see. Where am I at here? Let's do a poll and see what people would like. Brown.
Yeah. Telegames.
Yep. Sears. White. Should we add a?
It's Sears Ivory, isn't it? More.
Yeah, I guess it would be like ivory.
But listen, you know, when it was brand new, can you recall back in the day? Was it white, or is it the nicotine of the 80s and 90s?
I think it was white nicotine. No, it could have been ivory. God, there's got to be someone that knows that. Maybe
who would know that?
Blue Sky Rangers. Maybe Blue Sky Rangers would know that. One of those guys.
Somebody on Atari age will know.
That, or yeah, I'm sure. So I'm going to throw in brown, Sears white, Mantis green.
No. That's a 1 of 1, brother.
1 of 1. Okay. So should we do just brown and white and see what ones they like better?
What about the black and silver?
Or black and silver. That's right. That would be.
Was there nothing else then? Was there nothing else?
That would be considered, I guess, the Super Pro. So those would be the 3, right? I think that would be good. Let's do that. Is it going to let me do? Oh, that's the question. Okay. Controller colors is the question. Black, silver, Super Pro, Sears white, and the brown classic. And we are going. Is it going to let me start it? Start poll. Here we go. Let's see if it let me do it. It did.
Yeah, but Chucky, you're happy for the double packs of controllers?
Sure, yes.
With a dongle, and well, it comes with a dongle that can be used on a PC. It comes with a dongle actually that can be used
on the Sprint.
On the Sprint, but for 3 and 4 player games. I know it's pretty rare.
Yeah, well, there's homebrewers that are talking about doing more 4-player games. There is one. So there's an amazing 4-player game. This one here, it was kind of centered around the ECS called Fubar, and it was basically a Splatoon for where you have to just paint your color. You're basically just painting a color on the screen, and whatever color is the majority by the end of the time wins that round. And it's a 4-player game. So if these dongles work with 4-player, this would be one of the first party games I think that people, and I believe this is still available. This is by Michael Hayes from Midnight Blue Productions. He comes in here as he's under Michael Hayes, but he's also under Inti something. No, I can't remember. Inti Michael, it might be under. YouTube changed the handles, so I'm trying to remember what he's under now.
I think 3 and 4 play is quite interesting with the dongle, but the thing was
wood frame.
there was one other thing that was a little bit bugging me was the fact that we couldn't I can't at the minute get it easily to work with original machines. But I think I need to get rid of that, and you just make a 2-pack controller that can directly work with a Sprint, or use the dongle with a Sprint for 3 and 4 player, or if you really want, use it for an emulator on a PC or whatever device.
And there will be people that do that to do online play, and that's another thing I wanted to mention, I guess. And I don't know how to program. I don't know what this entails, but is it ever a possibility in the future? And obviously this wouldn't be anything right away, but of doing anything to where, say, someone could play baseball online with someone else that had another unit that could do that. Is that a possibility?
It is a possibility.
Okay.
But it's like what we've been talking about up until now is variations of colors and things like that, and maybe make another. If I say to myself, okay, well, we're going to bring out a new one with a cartridge port, that's interesting, and actually it doesn't kill the original Sprints neither, because it would just work in exactly the same way. It just gives people the ability to use cartridges, but then I have that problem that it's currently just the originals, and that's
and it's
not exciting enough. But then talking about something like online, which I have spoken about with the developer before, and he was like, I could do it, no problem. I was like, all right, well, you can do it, no problem. But what does that mean for original Sprint players? Because you'd say you'd bring out a new Sprint, another Sprint, and it's like, I don't know whether I don't know whether it's there to.
An add-on would be more, and I know like a lot of you don't want to hear that a lot.
I'll tell you what it is. If you could just put the thing I said to him, and he didn't have the answer for me, was, well, what happens if we could just? I said to him, what happens if I got a Wi-Fi dongle and plugged it into the port on the back? Could you make it work internet then? And he was like, I never got a results, but I did ask that.
See, that to me would be something that everyone would. I'm not everyone, but the people that want to play, and it's going to be those sports games, like, or those all those 2-player sports games. Like, who doesn't want to play baseball where someone's batting and someone's pitching? Someone's in the UK, someone's over in New York City. And it's amazing that like if you could do that over the internet, would be amazing. In the YouTubers, I know would scramble to get those too. That may be a smaller number, but I think that has been brought up the most. If there's anything that people, even in this classic and in television community in general, always say, I wish I could play like the sports games online. I wish I could play these 2-player games online. That has been the most talked about, I think, of any dream option that they'd want to see on an Intellivision console.
Yeah, and it does make sense. I'm always, whenever we talk about internet functionality on anything that I work on, I'm like, I'm completely against it. I don't want any of it, because it's against the ethos of plugging a cartridge in, playing a game, and there's no accounts, there's no nothing. That's what I try to deliver, is that authentic experience back in the day.
Yeah.
But you have to then think, well, there's a little market that will buy an add-on. And if they want to buy an add-on, then why shouldn't? You know what I'm saying, though, don't you? A lot of the things that I work on is always about the simplicity of it. Buy our machine, plug a cartridge in or switch it on, and you can be playing those old games in 5 seconds. No bullshit, no logins, no updates. Well, I say that.
Yeah, right. You know I mean? We didn't think there'd ever be.
And it's like, so you go into a different kind of area with that. But it is attractive, isn't it, to think that you could, for people like that's so into those old, like how many people still play baseball on the Intellivision? A lot.
I know a few people that do it, but they have to, obviously you got to do it couch co-op. You got to get together at someone's house.
Who's going to do that nowadays?
Yeah, exactly, but that to me, that's what opens up the internet thing, you know. But yeah, that would be kind of a dream for a lot of people. But I always hear people say that, and it's not even just baseball. It's like a lot of these new games, a lot of these, there's anything 2-player. It's always good because I see a lot of people doing that on like the Switch, where they're playing like the classic NES stuff over the internet, and different, people from across the world are playing with each other. I've seen it with the Pac-Mans and all that other stuff, where you're waiting for someone to connect. Let's play a game of Pac-Man. So I know there's
that's a good one. What else?
There's thousands of people that love classic online play. I don't think the Intellivision community is much different. Because I always do that. But
what about machines? What about machines? Let's talk about machines.
Now, machines. I was saying, I saw some people mentioning put out the was it William from Electronite, something about put out the original what never came out, the Intellivision 3 model.
I think that's what I was trying to talk to you about.
Well, there was 2 Intellivision 3s. There's one called System 3 that looked just like the original, but it was black and silver.
Yes.
But the unreleased planned Intellivision 3 that looked like it had
it would look like a VCR
7800 with the almost like a 5200 keypad look to it, with a black and silver console too. That was, I'd have to look at pictures because there was always mock-ups and pictures. But
I think that one was technologically more advanced. It was a proper sequel.
Yeah, that was supposed to be
the next generation.
Yeah, that's what they were about to come out with. What is Carbonated Lithium says, at least 2 of my customers have told me they are done with cartridges. Their original machines are faulty and the cartridges are too expensive. Okay. Well, I think a lot of people are loving the whole ROM scene. And the collectors are still going to love, like I still love that.
No, William's going to love that, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, I know AF is going to be in cartridge form before ROM form, and because they want to make their money, and I understand that, because you're not going to make it at $5 to $12 or $5 to $12, whatever you're selling them for.
Okay, that's fair.
He says, and I don't know what this means, but you might. The stick STIC chip was enhanced on the NTV3, and the tech information is with Glenn Hightower. Okay, so he definitely knows.
Hightower from Hightower.
I'm thinking of like Police Academy Hightower.
That's what I'm thinking of.
There you go. My mind went the same way. ColecoVision that supports cartridges but also allows 26. Wouldn't that be an all-in-one system? Can we just have a box that does everything?
I don't know where the license is.
Yeah, with Coleco, I don't even know who owns that, right?
And also a lot of the when you look at the catalog of ColecoVision.
Oh, Hightower was the president of APH.
I'll watch this back on the stream and make.
Yeah, I'd have to. I'm not that, but that's something.
ColecoVision though is a problem because it was. I don't know much about it. All I remember of recent times is that there was some kind of chameleon and there was some kind of controversy over something. But when I looked at the ColecoVision,
I remember that.
I looked at the old games list, and wow, man, there was so many, but there were really licensed properties.
They're all ports. I've never owned a ColecoVision. I think I played Donkey Kong and a girlfriend's ColecoVision back when I was in high school. I've never got into the scene. I don't know the games, but from what I see, yes, it's all arcade ports, all licensed. There was very, very few that were just like.
And it's very difficult, to do deals when you've got that.
You couldn't do that.
You're going to go to talk to Nintendo, are you? For 5,000 euros?
Right, yeah. Oh, hey, let's get your version of. There's only 1,000 different versions of Donkey Kong. But can we have yours for the Coleco that plays okay?
I'll give you $1,000, Mr. Nintendo.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Nintendo would see that a mile away. By the way, I think let's check in. We have a couple because we're going to get to that drawing, but let's check in on the Mantis. There's a couple things going on, and Let's see if we can get that footage going. Hey, new guy, we're gonna need those orders filled for all these new customers.
Hey, no problem, boss. I'm making sure they all get to where they're going. My place. Whoa, almost dropped it. Oh, my sweet nectar. My sweet, sweet nectar.
We also have some more footage. Let's play that right away.
I sense a disturbance in the Sprintverse. It's Ben. No, I sense that Ben is on DJC's channel, and he's trying to foil me. He's trying to take my sprint. No! No!
Wow, the Mantis just getting so upset that he can sense something's happening, that that his sprint is going to be taken from him. I don't feel sorry for him. He seems to have a warehouse full of them. He's infiltrated.
He's a nasty insect.
It's a nasty insect. Exactly.
Hey, listen, Chuck, you know one thing we've been talking a lot tonight about what we should be bringing out.
Yes.
I said this week to the developers, how much effort is it for me and you to make a game for the INTELLIVISION? And he went, well, seems pretty easy. There's a basic thing out. We could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I says, okay. He says, anyway, what do you want to make? I says, no word of a lie. I says, well, I really think we should make a Mantis game. If Sega had Sonic, if Nintendo had Mario, we are having the Mantis, brother. But it's like, I'd love to, because I have been thinking about it for a while.
Wow.
Because we're going back to the common theme of today's, and that's like, I can't do much with games, and we can bring a few bits of hardware out, and we can tickle the community, and we've come to the end of really the firmware that we can do. And I'm like, yeah, it's interesting for me to reflect, because it's like, I don't want this to be the end, really. So I need to keep pushing it, and that, I think that's where we talk and everybody talks, and it's like, and then I says, well, the thing is, what we could do is we could have this Mantis game, right? The Mantis is like, it's like a platformer. He's stealing sprints, and
there you go.
we could have end of level bosses could be, a couple of the characters from the scene. And then I said to him at the end, the main boss is DJC, and he's in his hockey jersey. He says, well, what would it be like? He says, well, he's a little bit like Donkey Kong crossed with a 90s wrestler. And he's got a face on. He says, well, how? Because he always takes it as very seriously. And he says, how big would you want this sprite to be on screen? He says, well, DJC, he's got to be absolutely massive. He says, well, Ben, I think there's a sprite limitation to the height of it. I don't give a shit about that. I want it to be...
I mean, hey, look at AF. There's quite the large sprites on that.
There is.
Oh, my God. I'd be honored if that ever...
Yeah, no, I think the thing is, it's like, how much time would it take? How many things would it certainly, on a serious note,
right?
Those kind of things... Even when I make Tiger Heli for the 7800, it is worth making. You do make thousands and thousands of cartridges, and on a raw profit and loss, it makes sense. And the amount of hours that you put in, but this is the amount of hours that me and Bruno put in, and so you're not paying a developer to make it. It's like we're borrowing our own time. And I said to him, I think we should basically, as a gesture of goodwill, do do something like that, and I think we can make something really cool. So I think I'll look into it some more, see how.
Oh my god! Yeah. Anything I can do?
You know, like that ninja game. What's it called? Ninja Odyssey.
Ninja Odyssey is that's a great platform.
It's that kind of formula that I think you could do for something like a Mantis game. You set out the amount of levels. We got to make sure you're big as hell at the end.
Retro Advisory Board says DJC is the main boss. Is 4 layers of parallax background. He's too big for it. I love that.
Well, let's see it. I just, I don't know how much time you've got, and I know everybody.
No, I'm good as long as you're good. I know we got to do the giveaway. So
I've still got a few beers in the fridge, brother.
Oh, that's hey! I got plenty more, dude. I'm about to crack another.
Let's do it. But yeah, like I said, it's. I don't know. I just. I was really eager to have an evening with you, just to shoot the breeze.
Yeah.
Because of how cool it's all been, and like, it's one of those things where you go, well, everything seems to be going okay.
Right? No, it's true too, man. Like,
I mean,
you guys are having some good success with this, and none of us could be like all of us have been so happy about this because we want this to be like the most successful thing, because this is our love and our passion as well as it is yours. Like, we love this. We never want it to end. That's why we still play this.
Yeah,
system.
you don't. That's a cool. We just don't want it to end.
Right, or at least make it last as long as possible. That's, to me,
well,
that's...
The thing is, you say that, but that's, I mean, why if you were 8 years or 10 years of age and you started playing it and now you're 51, dude, that is a long time.
Yeah, why
couldn't it just be the same?
That's why I say I love when I see, and I have talked to a few people in the real world and show them these games and they love them and they go and I'm talking about someone that's never picked up, well, let me show the classic, but someone that picks this up and goes, these are neat. Is this, they think it's new, which it is.
Hello.
Right, yeah. But my favorite is so someone wants to play, say, one of the games, and I have it on a 65-inch TV. I have 2 65s now. I'm about to do a live game show. That's going to be a whole new thing for the channel, which I'm going to show soon. But I have basically these 2 65-inch TVs, and we're going to do head-to-head with game show podiums and have different guests. I'm either going to try to record it for a live show to have that segment recorded, or I might try to do it live with cameras. But anyways, so I have the setup out there, and I've had people come in and some friends, I throw this in their hand and they go, oh, this is cool. So that they don't know what an Intellivision is, but they think this is just new stuff that's out. And they go, well, how do you, so first they do this. And I go, no, hold it like a cell phone. So then they do this. I go, now feel your actions buttons on the side and you control like you're scrolling through Instagram. And
nice.
It works.
Nice. Hold on. What is your go-to game for those people?
So, to be honest, it's usually Electronite games. It's either, or a classic like Burger Time. So I'll be like, play Astro Smash, and Burger Time are the 2 go-tos when I introduce them to that. Then the horse racing is how I catch them, and they go, okay, show me how this works. Because we just had fun just betting. Because I'll hold it and say, let's bet some horses. Let's have a few beers. Who wants to make bets? And they go, what is this? And I'm like, it's the new Sprint. It just got put out by Atari. You got to pick one up, So, but they'll bring their friends or their friends' kids, and I say kids, they're in their mid-20s and stuff, and they go, oh my God, I got to get one of these. Like, this is new. Sure, yeah, it's brand new. It's brand new.
It's so funny.
But to see someone that doesn't know what this is enjoy it for. And they go, I love the vintage sprite art on these games. These games are amazing. And they're playing friggin' Burger Time, or they're playing Astro Smash, or they're playing, Ninja Odyssey or Bank Panic, or, just in some of the Electronite games like that Polista Avenue, where you're going through trying to stop the witch, and there's all this text and the fonts, and and they're going, this is so vintage looking. And you're laughing because they don't know the whole story, but yet they're loving it and want to know where I can get one of these type of things.
It's a different world for them. It's a different world for them. It's like, I don't know, when I was a kid and growing up, I mean, if I can change the category, but like, imagine when I was in the 80s growing up with the music I was growing up with, and then like my dad would say, well, you check some of this 70s soul music out.
Same, yeah.
What the hell? This is freaking glorious, and it's that kind of thing. It's like it's such an interesting topic that we're talking about. It's really deep because you're talking about people, because you have your own perspective because of what you went through.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then these kids that were born in the year 2000, they've not seen nothing of it. They've never seen it. And then you introduce it to them. And actually, I always think that the simplicity of them is part of the attraction. And it's like, oh, what, things were this simple? I mean, we're talking half an hour about logging into accounts to update your thingy and that. It's like, what? So you just play this game so quickly and you go left and right and press button to kill them? Yeah, that's it.
It's easy to pick up and play. Yeah. The Atari's the same way. Like those games on Atari are but just to watch, like you said, you watch these, someone that's 25 years old to pick up and go, oh my, they almost have that look because they're used to these so in-depth, real world, open world games, and they go, where has this been all my life? Well, you weren't alive when these came out, and now you get to experience the style. But you also see like all those new indie games that are all sprite art, all old school looking.
They are all old school mechanics,
and they're making them like that because you've almost
turning them out, bro.
bottomed out. You've almost bottomed out on the new stuff. You've got it as realistic as it could be.
How fascinating! Well, it's a little bit like my partner Dawn, and she never played video games and that. And I say to her, what are you doing? You're doing on your phone all the time. I'm just playing this new mobile phone, and it'd be like Candy Crush. And I'd be like, well, they're just games like what we used to play with a little bit of...
That's what they are.
They are exactly the same.
Like if you playing columns on Sega,
Right. That's right. It's exactly the same.
It's unbelievable on some of these. It's just... But yeah, so I've seen it work in the real. When I say work, I mean just like on the interactions I've had with people that come over and bring other people that come over, and to this day a lot. And I know this isn't built in or anything, but it is one of the original games. And who knows? I'm pretty sure Atari probably has the rights to the poker and blackjack because they weren't licensed. It was original Mattel, but poker and blackjack and horse racing and all that type of stuff.
Wait. They were. Can you remember at the beginning of this video? I said to you, 40 of the 45 games were confirmed. Yeah. One of them, you've just reminded me, poker and blackjack. Why? Because we have this really frustrating thing with our retro things that we have to have everything age rated.
That is a reason why.
And they said, Ben, we can put it in, but it will probably be what is it in America with the ESRB? Is it like
mature or gambling
or teen?
But cards, it's so weird because it's just cards, No,
Ben, it's gambling.
Wow, no kidding.
And so I with Atari took those games out because I'm sure Stefan or Atari wanted those card games in because they're very popular.
But the horse racing specifically is gambling. You're literally betting on the horses. So
you need to cut the stream.
Oh. All right, cut it.
Have we just? Chuck, I'm finished.
We're still live. We're still live. We're screwed.
Anyway, let's talk about something else really quick.
Yes. Yes, pizza's good, right?
Yeah, mushroom.
Mushroom pizza's good. I believe
Pepperoni.
guys. Check out these, the pepperonis. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but anyways,
yeah, that Mantis, what a bastard.
Yeah, I think he's hearing about what's about to happen, and let's see what he's
scared.
Yeah, let's
Giving away a Sprint console? No! They're all mine! These are mine! You can't give them away! I forbid it! Ah!
Wow, that was. There's always some sort of there's always some mess behind him. What is he doing to the workers there? There's always some. I think that's just some fruit punch spilled or something.
Oh, yeah, not very nice. I really enjoyed your interaction with him in a cold, snow-ridden.
That was the first interview. Yes, yeah. The back alley in Detroit.
Do you know what was the best?
What's that?
You know what really turned me on to you? And you went. You looked at your watch. I haven't even got a watch.
Yeah, who's carried a watch? Like, I always check. I used to be. You know what's funny is I was when I was in high school.
Dude, you need to go on Saturday Night Live, brother. With
oh my god, that would be a dream. I would love that, right? No, but you know what's funny is I wore a watch all through high school and into my. I stopped wearing them so many years ago because obviously, like, I can look at my phone, I can look anywhere, but. It's funny you say that because I had 3 years experience in watches and clocks, and I could tear apart a watch and put it back together. But who does that? No one does that anymore. So it's a wasted. I have the knowledge of it, but it doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, I always do that. I'm like, let me check the time. Oh, yeah. That's right. No one wears watches anymore.
I was watching it. I was going, this guy will give more content, please.
I appreciate that.
Right, let's give it.
Let's do it. Should we do it? So if you
are we having a beer slam?
Oh, we're doing a beer slam for sure.
Is it too early for you?
No, it's hey, it's 6:58. I'm doing good over here, so I'm doing okay. I'm probably still gonna hit the pub and get some dinner anyways, and you want a good belly of beer to soak that greasy burger up. But I'll do a beer slam. But after beer slam, guys, I'm gonna say when, and after that, I'm gonna make a post for giveaway, and anyone who posts yes after that means or let's just say post the word sprint. But wait till I do the post. You post the word sprint, I will put you in the wheel, and the Mantis wheel will spin, and we'll see who's going to get it tonight. It's a brand new Sprint console, courtesy of Ben from Play On. That is we call him Father Sprint around here. You know how there was Father INTELLIVISION was Keith Robinson? Well, he's Father Sprint. So, and he should be proud because this baby is doing very, very well, and we all really do appreciate it. But yeah, let's slam a beer. Are you doing a can or doing them? Oh, you're doing that. Okay. Well, I don't want you to make a mess. Okay. I can make a mess. I have a rubber mat, believe it or not, down here, which I can change out after a couple months.
Hey, Chuck, cheers.
Yes.
I really appreciate it all. I really enjoyed tonight, and thanks a lot. Let's do this.
Cheers, Ben. Oh, okay. That went down the front of me. Oh, I'm going to have to shower after this. Woo, that foamed up more than I thought. Woo. That's one wet classic controller right there. Ooh.
I hit the dog.
Oh, no.
Hey, Chuck.
Yes.
Let's keep it going. Let's have this. And, I love people like Papa P and my man, Casey. I mean, what a guy. And let's just... it's the good vibes going. I'm always around.
Yes.
Easy chips, brother.
And I'll tell you what, before I even did a channel, I did music and did all that stuff. But I was always, because I'm an Intellivision nerd my whole life, as soon as like podcasts and YouTube shows started, I would watch anyone that played Intellivision. Papa Pete was one of the first I watched that played Intellivision. And there was another guy on here called the Intellivision Dude. When he first started out, and he still to this day will just sit for hours on stream and play Intellivision. But he's not as, like he doesn't do anything crazy. He just plays as Intellivision, and I believe he's from Michigan, the same state I'm in. But those were the two. So I have a real nostalgia for Pete, and he's a good friend now, which is awesome. But yeah, Papa Pete and Intellivision Dude were two of the first YouTubers that I would get into chats and go, oh, this, and make a comment and say hello. And it just, it kind of blossomed from there, continuing to watch YouTube videos of people.
I've got a story about Papa Pete.
Mm-hmm.
I went to PGRE, I don't know, 3 years ago. So I was really shitting bricks because I was organizing with Atari the release of the 2600 Plus. So it was the first big one with them.
Yeah.
And PGRE was like the big one where we were showing it off. And I didn't know how it was going to go. And we put so much effort in, and it was really, really stressful. And I went to PGRE. I was very nervous. And this guy came over, Papa Pete. He was just so nice to me. And he organized some bits, and he made videos of it, and he was so positive.
Yes.
And I thought, I am never going to forget this guy, because he didn't have to do shit for me, but he came out. When people make an effort off their own back, they don't owe you nothing. You don't owe them nothing, but they've made the effort to make the connection and do a really nice positive thing. And I was like, this guy's insane. And then I've watched him all the time with his streams, but he's a genuinely wonderful human being and somebody that was very nice to me at the beginning of this journey, and I'll never forget it. Although I think he should shave his beard off.
He's got the new beard. Yeah, I've been doing that. We just finished the bowling stream last night, which I enjoy. That is one of my top games on the class. We play a newer enhanced version of it, but
yeah, no, that's it.
The classic version is still the classic bowling is one that is to this day.
Some people, like, obviously you're rocking the old rocker goatee, and I have it off it, but like some people better clean shaven. I think he said on the stream his missus hates it.
Well, yeah, I think he said it's not sticking around either. He's like, no, I'm gonna take it off.
That's right.
Yeah, I was fortunate to meet a lot of people during especially when the Amico was going too. But OEB Pete was another guy, and then I met and then a lot of those people stopped doing streams, and I was like, well, I'll pick up and start doing my own streams because I was doing videos but didn't really know YouTube as much. And then I started doing a classic show. It was me, Papa Pete, and Jeff. When it we had other guests here and there, but it was basically the three of us. Jeff from Go Game Go, and then we invited. That's how I met Casey or you know him as Corey, that Intellivision fella, and then it was almost like then he was like, well, I'm going to do my channel, and I didn't realize how much he collected until we got to know him. And he has probably got one of the biggest collections ever. And one of them, there's still, you got some C-Marts out there and some other people out there that do insane collections too. But yeah, Casey's got a big one, and he's been so very nice. And he's a very nice dude.
He's such a nice guy, professional. His streams are great. I love it. I like all of these Intellivision streamers because you have a very similar kind of format. You talk to the guys for 20 minutes, half an hour. They're just introductions. It's insane. And then you get onto the business.
Yes.
Like, he's mental because me and him talk all the time, and he helps me a lot. He looks at this stuff, and then he'll say to me, yeah, you know that prototype that you had, like, at PGRE. I said, yeah, I'll get you that prototype from the day you were Oh, he's here now. He's here now.
He says I'm clipping that where someone's. Did I say that or you? Did you say? He says Casey's got a big one. I don't know, but whatever you clip that from, I will flag you, sir. I'm just kidding.
Well, listen. Let's keep it rolling. I mean,
let me grab another beer.
Listen, you're doing a stream all the time. We do. When I see your streams come in, I sit there in the evening, I put them on, I watch them, and I just listening into it. Sometimes have it on the headphones. Ain't no big thing.
I'm gonna grab another beer. Then I'm gonna get people loaded on the wheel. And we
can get one more beer.
Yeah,
let's get one more.
All right. Hope the mammoths didn't get him. So I am doing Yingling Light, but I also brought, in case we do another slam, a Myler Light. Bust a deal, face the wheel. Just like that, they were gone. That's funny. Oh, excuse me. Just gonna check something really quick, guys, while we're waiting. Want to make sure the YouTubes is right on the settings here. Your videos live. Yes, okay. We are good. Luke's Awakening says it's Milla time. And guys, I am going, just if I haven't read everyone's comment, obviously we're having a good discussion here, and I'm hoping you guys are taking a lot from that. So back up here and read a couple.
Anyway, what we're going to do, Chuck, we're gonna bring out some controllers.
Yeah.
We're going to think about some special editions.
Yeah. Oh, let's check that poll too. I totally forgot. Oh, bye. So we got about 37 votes right now. I should have let everyone know I do have a poll up here, and some of you guys already seen it. Controller colors and favorite controller colors. We have black and silver, the Super Pro, the classic brown, which is like that. And then we got the Sears INTELLIVISION Sears Telly games, white, which is one of my favorites. So we are at, wow, this is a very kind of surprise, and we got some very early votes, but so black, silver, Super Pro, and brown classic are pretty much head to head. We got 35% and 30. Okay, it's changing now. I'm sorry. The brown classic, 37%, and black, silver, Super Pro is 34. So they're still kind of, the Sears is only, this Telly game is only at 29%.
Wow.
Come on, guys. How dare you? How dare you?
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, the classic is a given. That is coming.
Yeah.
Maybe any other colors.
Yes.
That everybody would want to see. But we're going to do something like that.
Bears fan, they are coming. They are en route to Amazon. They will be there.
Yeah.
We will definitely. And I'll do a video as soon as they arrive that. And the whole case. Oh, yeah, he needs an all Casey's fault as well.
It's all Casey's fault.
There you go. There you go. I love that. Brown is for the nostalgia. Yeah. That's what Buzz says. Bears fan says, boo to all of you for not voting.
Hey. You suck. You suck.
That was like a Kurt Apple almost. So I love this. I really love the white. Or this is I shouldn't say white. This is ivory, guys. So it may look like but it is like an ivory color, and it has the gold. The ivory and gold is just. And I love my Sears. I don't know if you can see. You probably can't see it in here, but it's up here always on my top. And I do have my System 3 or the original System 3 with the black. The only thing with the System 3 versus the Super Pro, they're both black and silver, but the INTV System 3 has the flat buttons with the black and the white. Didn't like those. The Super Pro has the original raised buttons.
Oh,
like
you've got
plastic,
to have the raised.
but with the black and silver. So,
Yeah.
so to me, the
Why would
Super
you have
Pro
it
is my. If I'm looking for other colors, the Super Pro black and silver with the raised buttons. Yes.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, no, we couldn't have it flat. Surely that doesn't feel right.
Doug Sweet says, "What about Sprint Carousel Blue?"
Ah, well, the carousel the carousel is an interesting topic.
Yeah, blue, like the, I don't know, like the box almost, like the box blue. Like they've kind of have like like even on the Atari website, it's like Intellivision is the blue, Atari's the red. I kind of get that. That would be nifty. I wouldn't mind seeing a blue controller. I mean, but be something. Why not both? Says Tofu.
He's a good guy.
Tudor Vision, beige and gold. Where's the? Oh, they did. Wasn't Tudor Vision blue too?
Tutor Vision's an interesting one. I had a lot of hassle getting the Tutor Vision games to work on them. You know, when we did an update a couple of times ago, and we had.
Well, I thought they were working now. I thought
they're all working. I'm just saying there was a little bit of hassle. But that's a very interesting, weird thing. It was almost edutainment.
World Book Entertainment. Wasn't that those? They remember they did. Kids, there were these things called encyclopedias, and World Book was one of the leaders back in those days, and they did. Yeah, no, that was
edutainment.
Yeah, I never got it. So I was one of those kids that just like my parents bought me Math Fun. And you almost open it up and go, and I remember it was like, I don't know if it was for a birthday or Christmas, and I was like, oh, Intellivision game. Oh, come on. Now, mind you, I think there was like maybe a Night Stalker or another game in there, but when I opened that up, I went real. I was thinking in my mind, Math Fun, really math? I'm going to do math on my video game.
Well, listen to this. One of the first machines I got as a kid. I don't think you would have, and no one in America will know this, but going back to those microcomputers, my mum and dad said, well, you can have something for Christmas or your birthday. I says, okay. And they says, there was the Spectrum, the Commodore 64, and there was something called the Amstrad CPC 464. Says, we want to get you the Amstrad CPC 464 because it's got a lot of educational things and data processing things and that. Says, oh, okay, I'll have it. All right, got delivered. Yeah. Do you know what the first thing I had running on that home computer at Christmas?
What was it?
Operation Wolf Baby by Taito.
Yes! Operation Wolf. Oh my God.
She thought my mum thought I was going to be programming and doing things. Man, I was just knocking terrorists out, brother.
I tell you what, I remember being in the arcade when that came out, and I wasn't there wasn't many shooters that caught my attention, but I remember kids were going nuts over that game because it had that mounted machine gun or Uzi or whatever it was. And
it was an Uzi, brother.
It was an Uzi, that's what I thought. But you felt it, and it was like do. That, and then they did Operation Thunderbolt, I believe, was the sequel to that as well, which was fairly well.
But you can imagine my poor mum's horror.
Yeah, just seeing you shooting people.
I thought you were going to do educational things, and you seem to be just machine gunning.
But you could be like
down in the jungle.
Well, I was taking the people I minused people out of the equation.
There is mathematics
people
here.
I was shooting.
and that was the future of my video games career after.
Well, hey, it worked then, I guess, right? Did I miss? Let me see. Oh my God, this is all. Guys, if I've missed any super chats, please let me know because StreamYard does this awesome thing when we have a lot of people here that it just likes to shrink the window and not allow me to pull up stuff. So I got to actually reach out to them and find out why that does that to only me.
How much do you pay per month for StreamYard?
So it used to be, which was funny, is it used to be $10 a month for the setup I have. And then about a year ago, they went, yeah, that's now $45. And you went, what the? So I quit them and I was using Rumble Studio, but they, to be honest, they weren't as great as the StreamYard, because StreamYard kind of has all your stuff in one place, but it also will like put thumbnails in all the different locations to show when your stream is going to start. Where I feel Rumble had the better interaction and it was free, but it was better interaction and easy to clip stuff and unlimited clip space, and it was easy to kind of find the buttons and stuff like that. But the downfall is that a lot of the main platforms like YouTube and Twitch, you couldn't put a thumbnail saying this show starting soon or this show starting at this time. It was just like you went live and that's when you saw it. And I was like,
you need that intro.
Yeah. So I had to start putting it in like for almost a year in my post. I was like, I'm getting rid of StreamYard. They raising price like that. So I was kind of anti StreamYard, and I missed the easiness of it, and like I said, like the preemptive thumbnails. And then finally I went back, and so I'm paying like $45 plus taxes per month for them, and it's still, they still have some glitches here, but it's the thing is it's a studio that you just go, I want to go live. This is my background. This is my bank of drops that I want to use, like my vid drops and stuff like. So it works. It's worth it.
It does work. But you got to pay for it.
Yeah, it's instead of being a thing that's just two features that were kind of missing from the other that was free. I said, well, I'm going to come back to this, but yeah, I don't like it, but I'm here. It was Judd Ladd says it was an Uzi, brother. They clipped that one. That's a good one to clip there.
I'm not being clipped today, am I?
Well, INTELLIVISION Gamer likes to take clips, and he'll probably use he said he's using the Casey's got a big one thing or something. I don't know which one of us said that. I thought I was talking about his channel. It might have been me. But
I've got a very serious job where I have to maintain a very high level of decorum.
Yes.
And cheers, my friend.
Yes, I'm gonna put my pinky out for this cheers here for our decorum. And I must
come on, because this bed needs to be taken up. It's late.
All right, we gotta give away a sprint then. All right, guys, I am going to post in here. After my post, to be in the sprint drawing, just type in the word sprint and I will get you after my post. To be in drawing. Here we go.
She's getting really mad with me.
Uh-oh.
I'm in the doghouse, brother.
Okay, well, to get him out of the doghouse, start. Okay, so I'm going to start with, oh my goodness, we're going to have a lot of people here. Hold on. So give me a second. So we got Bears fan and Gawker's Death Rattle. I'm going to enter that into the wheel. All right, so Bears fan.
Haven't you got this automated by StreamYard?
I don't, because this one is the wheel. It seems to be a little more accurate to where people can actually see themselves on there. So I trust this one until I learn otherwise.
Don't worry about it. I'm winding you
up. Let's see, Gawkers. Then we got Retro Creep and Code Masoor.
There's a guy, B. Jones. Put him in a few times.
Code Masoor. I probably spelled that. If I spell anything wrong, my apologies.
Anyway, Chuck, listen.
Yes.
Let's go through it another time. Let's get a few controllers out. Let's think about other things we can do. Hey, what about bringing a game out? What about bringing out a mascot game?
I am down. Hey, I might be slightly biased, but I am definitely down for that.
But it would be fun as hell, wouldn't it? I don't know how much it would take, how many hours it would take me. It was a couple of, but it would be fun as hell.
I would help in any way I possibly can. I'm not a programmer, but I definitely would have ideas.
Let's think there's 6 levels, and you're the end boss because you're ginormous, and you're like a wrestler. But who would the other end bosses be? We'd have to have Casey in.
You'd have to have Papa Pete for sure. He's got
a big beard or without the beard.
He'd have an Expos mug with the beer. Yeah, he'd have some sort of beer.
No, he's got his cat as a kind.
Yes, you gotta have the cat in there.
Yeah.
Let's see, Roger Matthews. We got.
What about your mate Poe? That's always quite funny, Mr. Poe Star. People like that. Put him in.
Oh, that's another one. Mike's Gaming Gala.
Oh, I love. He's got to be as his wife.
Michelle? Maybe.
Oh yeah.
He'd be like, "Come on, Megantron and Crispy. Let's get you in there, Megantron."
So you wouldn't have Mike's Gaming Gala. You'd have Michelle in there instead.
You could do it under Michelle. He'd be so happy to hear that too.
Well, she's very sexy.
I mean, if you wax that chest hair, probably. Luke's Awakening and
What chest hair? I didn't see it.
Yeah, you're looking past it. Okay. If you're looking past it, there might be a problem. There might be a real problem.
Oh shit! I didn't see it.
Joe Myers. Okay. Joe Myers.
You're typing them in one by one.
Yeah, that's what I have to do on this, but we're getting there. We're actually getting there. Because the one that generates doesn't. Well, I've seen Casey using it, and it's a little. Sometimes he had a problem where it wipes everybody out after he types it, or after
He's getting madder and madder with me downstairs.
Obsidian and Matador. Okay, we got this. Obsidian, Matador. We got that. Whoops. And oh my goodness, we got Darth Swede and Somerset, man. What is the Somerset man? Probably like I said, if I spell you guys' names wrong, I'm just. There we go. Oh, my buddy Beak Anti-Star. That's awesome that you're in here. Did a lot of music with that man. I wonder what our poll is for our Sprint controllers. Judd Ladd is in here. Judd Ladd and Sega Natari. Judd Ladd. Soga Natari.
Hey Chuck, are you going to go and do a stream later on as well?
It's possible. I might. It depends on. I've had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beers. Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think I'm okay.
Imagine if I carry on.
Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. I'm definitely going to go up to the pub up the street and have some dinner, and then I might come on later. It depends on what unless I meet a young lass up there, then. then we'll see. OG Hugo in the house.
He makes some great products.
He's so awesome, man. He sent me some new. I'll open these up right now just to show you. There we go. That's the way to do it. And they come with like a really nice gold keychain here, but they're engraved. INTELLIVISION ROM, USB, beautifully gold done, like old school gold. That'll look great in your Sprint, guys, for all your games. Okay, we got Hugo, Nolster, and Torque. Okay, we're getting down here. Nolster and Torque. I can hear all the empty cans.
Oh shit! Can you?
No, that's good. That's we love hearing empty cans. Brown-eyed Jen. And Tofu. Didn't we have Tofu?
AU, Australia. Is he in Australia? He's talking to you now?
I think so. Brown-eyed Jen. Okay. Seeing some newcomers. Please make sure you definitely subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. People goes, or the mermaid. They're still talking about the Michelle mermaid. Ugh, gross.
It'd be a great end of level video game boss, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, 1,000%. Pixelated.
She's swinging her tail out, whacking you with it.
So we got Torque, Brown Eyed. We got.
We're onto something here right now.
I got Buzz. Did I get Buzz in here? I don't know if I've got Buzz in here. I didn't. Let's get Buzz in there.
Would you not want to see Michelle swinging her tail out at the INTELLIVISION Mantis?
I would, actually. I really would.
Because she's something else.
Master Trolla, I got you in there. If I didn't, I will. Yeah, I got you in there, Master Trolla. CC Mansell. This is going to be a fun one, guys. You guys are getting into this. I like it. Casey says he keeps laughing so hard. He's just having a blast right now watching this. I can only imagine.
I know.
He says, and Tofu's got a good one. Enter Clarence Whisker Wonder.
We could do it. We could do it. We could do it.
Buzz, I got you in there. Big Block. Oh, Big Block. A long time watcher. Big.
Yeah, maybe it should be DJC characters.
There you go.
Oh, can you imagine?
I'm down for everyone. Corey the Pirate Boss.
Can you imagine the mushroom boss? Eats a mushroom boss. That's his weapon. The mushroom. He's going to whack you with his mushroom, Chuck.
Oh, no. Okay, everybody's talking now. Okay, I think I got everybody. So I'm gonna if I didn't get you, please let me. I'm gonna read it all off. So I know it's considered early for me, but as people later on are gonna be like, what the no. Bears fan, Gawkers, Retro Creep, Code Masor, Pete 2049, Master Trolla, Roger Matthews, Carbonated Lithium, Megantron, Crispy, Luke's Awakening, Go Game Go, Joe Myers, Obsidian, Matador, Darth Sweet, Somerset Man, Beak, Judland, Sogan Atari, OG Hugo, Nolster, Torque, Tofu, Brown Eyed Jen, Buzz, CC Mental, and Big Block Plymouth. If you are not in there, forever hold your peace or say something right now while I drink this beer. Oh, Anthony, good to have you here. Add me. Yes, sir. I will definitely add you. You are very awesome. Anthony, you are in. Obsidian's like, let's go. I love how I got you in there, right, Obsidian? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I read everybody off, so. All right, I think we're going to start as soon as you're ready. I know, I get it. You were late. Trust me, I'm early. You're late. Everything's cool. I am going to throw on a different background. Oh my God, I can't talk. Throw on this different background because we're about to.
Oh, nice.
So we got it. There you go. Speaking, there's the controllers. There's the silver and black right there. The INTELLIVISION 2, and then the two brown classics. How did the Sears one not get in there? I don't know. I don't know when I meant that. Okay, so we're gonna do. So let me. I got to present screen, share screen, and we are gonna go and there it is. Share. So and share. So there it is. We are on the wheel, guys.
Ah, wicked.
We got the Mantis wheel here for the INTELLIVISION Sprint Console, and tied apparently over on the left if anyone likes to clean Mantis goo. Retro Creep says good luck. So once again, let's the last thing the Mantis said hold on. The last thing the Mantis did say was this right here.
Giving away a Sprint console? No! They're all mine! These are mine! You can't give them away! I forbid it!
Indeed, because Ben has the last final say here. So let's does it have a let's do a shuffle. We'll do 4 shuffles. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Now we're all shuffled. And I thought it had a let's just spin it. We're just doing it. Here it goes. Click to spin.
Who's gonna get it? Come on.
There we go. That's a good spin. That's a good spin. I feel the momentum in this. I'm excited for whoever gets this because this is such a great product and so much. You'll be playing this for years. Here we go. Oh, there's Torque, Beak, Retro, Matador. Brown Eyed Jen, Luke.
Oh,
Bears fan.
no.
Oh, it's Torque.
No.
Wait. Code.
Ah!
Code. Is it code? Oh,
You got it.
What? It's Code Monsieur from Georgia, USA. He's got me programmed now to say that. Code, that is awesome.
And he's always on your streams as well.
Wow, he is.
Deserves that.
That is so awesome. I got to get back to our.
He's always first on the streams in the chat as well.
He's awesome, and I'm so happy. Hold on, let me get. Where is my? Oh, I thought I changed our. Let me get to our. Where is? Going back to our other backdrop here. Yeah, this is the little stuff that I don't like about. This is the only. There we go. So, Code Monsieur, congrats, and you got yourself. Yes, you have gotten yourself a Sprint. So, what you want to do is email me at djcgamestudios@gmail. Let me know, and I will pass on the info to Ben, and we're gonna get you an INTELLIVISION Sprint Console out of this new batch. So that is pretty awesome, man. Retro Creep, we got to get you one, man.
I know. Come on, guy.
I want to see Retro Creep have one because he's so awesome. I just want to see him interact with it. Especially they got that ET homebrew. He loves ET, so you got to get that. Television Collector's selling that right now. Everyone yeah, it's very good to see. There you go. Code Monsieur says, sweet, thanks, Ben, and thanks, Chuck. This is all Ben on this one, but thanks for being here and thanks for being a watcher of the channel, I tell you that. Retro Advisory Board says, Michelle will be hand delivering your console and knock it through your door with that dreamy tail fin. Oh my goodness. I have the ET game on my RetroPie 2. Okay, so you are playing that at least. Well, that's good. That's good. Oh, Intellivision Gamer, you will be buying one a week. Of course you will, sir. Apparently you say you have a big one. Thanks, Ben, for donating. Yes, yes, Bears fan, exactly. That is very awesome. Man, I think I want to slam this beer and this is for you, Code. Oh, it hit my light. Whoops. Got these lights that are here.
I think I've run out of beers.
That's okay. I'll finish this one for you.
I'm on to the hard stuff now. Chuck, I gotta go.
I get it, man. Thank you so much, Ben.
I want to be back anytime.
Yes, we're going to definitely do this again. Pleasure. This was so much fun.
Yeah,
I already slammed the Yingling, dude. That's what I slammed. Now, yeah, I'm a little behind, but I got the Miller Lite to finish off, and then I'm going to the pub. But thank you so much, Ben. We will see you very, very soon. Thank you for all that you do. On behalf of everyone in chat, thank you for making this possible. Thanks for making this community thrive and have something to play. So
Yeah, no, it's absolute pleasure. I told you at the beginning. Thanks for everything that you do.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, Chuck, it's just we're just playing video games. We're having a laugh. It's been our lives for 40 years. I mean, it's no biggie. And like, just carry on what you're doing. I'll try and carry on what I'm doing. And
possibly a Mantis game. You heard it here first, folks.
I reckon so. I will look at. I will look into it. It would be fun. It would be fun.
All right. God bless everyone. Take care. We'll see you.